Gurumata, after all these discussions, I tried searching for myself inside the body. The sense of Arav feels present, but where exactly is he located? Behind the eyes? Somewhere inside the skull? Living rent-free in a corner of the brain like a mysterious tenant?
Beautiful question. And neuroscience asked the very same thing. What we call Arav appears to be a constructed sense of self-location. The brain continuously combines vision, body sensations, memory, inner speech, and attention into one seamless experience. And from this stitching together arises the feeling. There is someone inside here experiencing the world.
So, the feeling of me is also constructed?
Yes. And one important brain system involved in this process is called the default mode network, the DMN. It becomes highly active whenever the mind starts revolving around me. Thoughts like, what will happen to me? Why did she say that? My future. My past. My success. My pain. The DMN continuously maintains the psychological storyline called Arav. It is like an internal narration system, endlessly producing commentary, memories, worries, fantasies, and self-talk. And because this inner monologue feels so intimate and continuous, you begin to mistake the narration for a real soul itself.
So, Arav is basically a non-stop narration process?
Very much so. The brain continuously updates identity, memory, social position, emotional meaning, and future prediction. And from this ongoing activity emerges the strong feeling of, I am this person.
Then that self is less like a thing and more like a process running in the background, am I right?
Beautifully understood. Like a software constantly refreshing and updating itself. Not fixed. Not permanent. Not independently existing. Yet because the process runs continuously, the illusion of a solid Arav feels completely real.
Then what happens when those beliefs and misconceptions are proven wrong? Why does it feel so painful, almost personal, as if Arav being attacked?
Because psychological survival seems to depend on identification. Without identification, fear weakens, comparison weakens, inner conflict weakens, and the brain interprets that as danger to the self-story. What was meant to be a practical survival mechanism becomes a psychological defense system. Not just protecting the body, but protecting beliefs, opinions, wounds, and misconceptions. The storyteller starts defending the story more than reality itself.
This is deeply disturbing. My entire life, I defended this non-existent character called Arav like a kingdom under attack.
Because the mind is not merely protecting an idea. It is protecting the identity built around that idea. This is what psychology calls cognitive dissonance. When deeply conditioned beliefs begin collapsing, the ego experiences it almost like a psychological death. Especially when those beliefs were never directly verified. Only inherited from parents, society, religion, culture, teachers, or people Arav trusted blindly. The moment reality clashes with those beliefs, the brain experiences inner tension. Not because truth is dangerous, but because the self-image built around those beliefs starts cracking. Now let's take a break here, reflect deeply on today's conversations and verify. Bye for now.